Well, I just like I said, I just did a video on trying the Butterfinger French toast there, because again, a lot of people have already tried and reviewed, but that's my first time because, like I said, it's so hard. It is so hard to find this stuff, Just believe me, don't think I don't search and look. It's just, again, it's so hard to find and so hard to locate. But it was good. If you never tried the Butterfinger French toast, I mean, hey, if you see one, hey, give it a try. But again, guys, y'all know, like I said, and I said in the last video that I did was actually, which was a taste test video, that I was I was going on vacation, and that's why, again, I was trying to upload some new stuff, but also I know Jeffrey has been sending, and I've seen even Michael Lambert, that, of course, Bubba and all the haters are still just doing their same old shenanigans and lying and saying this and saying that. If you go over and you see Jeffrey's community post, but, I just, like I said, the reason I haven't said anything, because like I said, I just came home, I just came back, so but all I'm going to say is, which, I don't mind making videos about it and talking about it. I mean, I don't think I say any different than anybody else. I mean, because really, all I can really say about these haters is just, honestly, there's really not much you can do. I mean, they're going to keep doing what they're doing because they got nothing better to do. They want to lie. They act like, the world revolves around them, which it doesn't. Anybody who acts like, you act like the world just revolves around you, it's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you, because the world don't revolve around you. And like I said, for these trolls, it's honestly and truthfully, to me, they're nothing but just either they laze around and do nothing but torment and cyberbully people and harass people, which, again, it's like, find yourself something better to do, I mean, quit wasting your time, quit wasting, other people's time, like, everybody's got their own thing to do, and there's so much worser things in this world and country happening, but these hate, like I said, the hate will never stop. That's why I don't get too involved and care to, like, what they're doing or what they're saying, or because at the end of the day, they're just going to keep doing it no matter what. They're never going to stop. They're never going to learn. So, and, I told that to Jeffrey, I tell that to Jeffrey, I tell that to, anybody. That's why I don't mind making these videos for you guys and let you guys know, like, y'all know it. Y'all know these haters are like that Bubba. Yeah, they need to be stopped because, yeah, they're out of control, but it's like, for a fact, they're not. I mean, the only thing you can do is keep putting them on blast and letting them know that's like, dude, y'all seriously are, which they are. They're wasting their time, man. It's like, dude, nobody cares. Like, you're so eager spreading lies and manipulating, telling lies to people, and it's like, it's not going to work, man. Nobody's falling for it. Nobody... it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, seriously, and that Bubba guy can get mad. It's like, dude, I can talk about you if I want to. If you, the way I look at it, if you want people to keep your name out of their mouth, then again, quit stalking them, quit manipulating, quit threatening them, quit cyberbullying, quit using threats because you think your threats are going to scare people. It's like, dude, it scares nobody. Nobody is scared, man. Like, dude, again, you are a man-child, and all you do is you just sit on your freaking rear end and just do nothing but harass people. and manipulate people and just throw around threats because you think, if you threaten people, that's going to get your way, And so you want people to keep your name out of their mouths, then you know what? Then leave them alone. Quit cyberbullying people, quit attacking people. So at the end of the day, yeah, so. But all I really, like I said, truthfully can say, guys, is you just don't worry about it. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be hate. The hate's never going to stop. These people like this are never going to stop. I've seen they've been, stealing people's names, stealing people's profiles, because they got, because at the end of the day, to them, it's all a joke. They think it's funny. They think it's funny to steal people's names, profiles, this, that, to them, it's a joke. To them, they think it's, funny, and it's like, hey, find something better to do, man, and at the end of the day, you could keep trying to intimidate people, but it's like your intimidation is slim. Because at the end of the day, it's like, people are not being fooled anymore, man. People, like I said, got bigger things, bigger fish, to fry, it's like, nobody really cares, dude, but anyway, hang in there. Like I said, if you've caught Jeffries and, them guys' community posts or posts there, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I just don't care to get involved or really, because it's not worth it. Because it's like, yeah, I can, but at the end of the day, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. They're gonna keep, doing what they're doing. So why waste the time? That's why I don't really, try to get too heavily involved, because it's like, dude, I'm not going to get heavily involved, because at the end of the day, I know for a fact, and a lot of you should know, they're not going to quit, so. But anyway, guys, again, like I said, stay tuned, like I said, now that I'm back home and this and that and getting back to the, so, like I said, I was just away, and that's why I was kind of, but anyway, take her easy.